Well, most polls showed voters were unhappy with the idea of a Biden versus Trump rematch. That obviously changed when the president dropped out. But the calls for more options on the ballot remain strong. Our friend Lindsey Drath is the CEO of the Forward Party. She's back and up late with me here tonight on the Final Five. Welcome back, Lindsey. Good to see you again.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for having me.
First of all, I mean, just this breakneck speed at which this campaign has changed and evolved and moved back and forth. But there has been that constant dissatisfaction with the options that the parties gave the American public.
Yeah, even since the Forward Party was founded in July of 2022, we've consistently seen numbers rise in terms of registered independents around the country. So we've seen a consistent departure from the two legacy parties, and that number is even more striking when you look at Gen Z. But across the country, the largest voting bloc in America are actually independents or unaffiliated voters.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the numbers, too. I noticed out of Pennsylvania particularly, there were a lot of parties were losing and people were just disassociating themselves with some of the major parties. When we've talked to you before about what the Forward Party was looking to do, it was really empowering a lot of these local candidates. And to that end, you've had a large number of candidates who may be a Democrat or Republican, but they have that prefix of forward Democrat, forward Republican. You're working with these candidates on the local level. Is that still the approach, focusing on those local races?
It is, Jim. You know, we are building this party from the ground up. And a lot of the voters that we were just talking about, those 51% of Americans that are registered independent, the issues that are resonating with them are issues in their own communities and in their own backyards. We've got a massive nationalization of our political narrative. But at the end of the day, people are concerned with what are happening in their communities. So the Forward Party is excited. Just in our own community in the DMV, we have a candidate running in Frederick, Maryland. We have two candidates running in Arlington County, and they are running for nonpartisan positions, but with a Forward affiliation, and the Forward Party is proud to support them. Similarly, we have candidates that are running as Republicans that we're supporting and Democrats, but it's important to them that they're able to distinguish themselves as unique from those legacy parties, and their focus is serving their constituents in an authentic way, above and beyond kind of passing that litmus test of partisanship in their legacy parties. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not working state by state to achieve ballot access. So ultimately, once these folks are elected, they can switch parties and serve as Forwardists and be free of those two legacy parties and those partisan litmus tests. And Pennsylvania is an example of that. You just mentioned Pennsylvania, Jim. Do you know that over 150,000 registered Republicans voted for Nikki Haley in the presidential primary, in the Republican primary, even though she was already off the ballot?
Right.
So what does that say about Pennsylvania voters who want more choice? So we actually have two candidates who are running for statewide office as Forwardists in Pennsylvania, one for state treasurer, one for attorney general. They have petitioned onto the ballot. Forward volunteers across the Commonwealth collected signatures and got these two incredible people on the ballot.
So we were talking about those races, and I just wanted to, because I get emails all the time, and there's the National Forward Party, which you are here on behalf of. There are state-level forward parties. In Maryland, they have endorsed Larry Hogan for the Senate, but they've also endorsed Vice President Harris for the presidency. It sort of has that flexibility on the state level where these state chapters can decide who they want to endorse, but it's not necessarily the sentiment of the National Forward Party. Is that a correct way of distilling that?
Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity to illustrate our commitment to building a party from the ground up. We want to empower our states to endorse the candidates that they feel are best representative of their communities and their interests. And in this case, the Maryland Party was really excited about Larry Hogan. He certainly has proven his history as an independent-minded legislator. An executive in the state. So we're really proud of our folks at the Forward Party in Maryland. Similarly, they're also endorsing the Republican or the Democratic challenger, Andy Harris. So they are endorsing Republicans and Democrats in Maryland, and we're really proud of them.
So is there still, at this point, is it more or less about the approach, about being bipartisan, that would really qualify somebody for being to be part of the Forward Party, as opposed to subscribing to a laundry list of ideologies?
Yeah, and we do have a candidate pledge, Jim, that each of our candidates sign. And one of the things that we are really proud to work to advance along with our movement partners are the passage of nonpartisan voting reforms. So Maryland, for example, has a closed party primary. I just referenced the statistics coming out of Pennsylvania. In neither of those states can you vote in a in a political primary. You also can't do it in the District of Columbia if you are registered outside of the two legacy parties. So in each of these instances, we ask our candidates to sign a pledge that says they are committed to advancing nonpartisan democracy reforms, like opening up the primaries, like advancing ranked choice voting. Our two candidates in Arlington we're really excited about because they're running on a ranked choice voting ballot. We also ask our candidates to commit to upholding the rule of law, upholding the Constitution, respect for peaceful transition of power after an election. So these are really basic tenets of our democracy that the Forward Party candidates are all committed to upholding.
Lindsey Drath joining us in the Final Five. Lindsey, good to see you again.